The lovely sound of Christmas in Swansea. Car alarms, people coughing. Look at the decorations here, absolutely pretty. This is the Christmas market. Look at this. Amazing. Happy Christmas. Buying overpriced biscuits from a wooden shed is not what we call Christmas. So this year we're leaving the misery behind and travelling to stay in a castle in snow-covered Poland. But instead of flying, we're going to drive our Discovery 3 across Europe and see some real Christmas markets along the way. So forget about your pantomime and join us on our winter road trip. With only a few days left until we embark, there's still enough time to get some last-minute winter car maintenance in.
Still got it, look.
And swap out the windscreen wiper linkage. A job so easy, even a mechanic could do it. Except for the mechanics I normally use, they're terrible. A quick last-minute check to make sure I purchased the right replacement. And make sure you do it before the car shrinks, because it's really difficult to get in if you leave it too long. And remember all that hammering from the last episode? It seems the mechanical trolls were correct, and I should have used the correct tool. Now get in the comments and write I told you so. As there wasn't enough time to order any new A-pillar covers, it was time to break the glass on the emergency two-part epoxy. Now every Discovery 3 has a list of problems that you just live with, like this intermittent tailgate opener. But you know, as soon as you drive away to go off and have an adventure or have some serious fun, it will pack in completely and ruin the trip. So I decided there was just enough time to tackle this one. And besides, I'd bought the spare parts a year ago and found them again when I opened the toolbox. The Ford Focus tailgate uses an identical handle, and it only costs £7 instead of the $50 that you get from most Land Rover dealers. Not wishing to make this job any more complicated than it needs to be, I simply cut the cables and spliced the new handle on, instead of removing all the panels, trying to find my way in from the back. And despite me having an A-level in electronics, my soldering is atrocious. One down, one to go. But nothing's ever as easy as you think it's going to be.
Oh. Doesn't line up very nicely, does it?
This one was going to require some of the panels removing. This one wasn't as complicated as I thought it was going to be. And as a bonus, the switch would simply unplug.
Stop it already.
Okay, it's about 3 or 4 days before we leave, and we are starting to book our hotels and the ferry. The ferry we've booked cost me £75 one way. That's the best price I could get. We're leaving at 12 o'clock from Dover to Dunkirk. Now, Daria is looking for towns to stop in on the way, and she's choosing names of beer, and if they pull up a town with the same name, she then looks to see if it has a Christmas market, and if it does, then that's where we book the hotel. So, tell me, what have we found?
Who knows how to pronounce it? Zvika.
Zwickau.
Very good beer.
And looks like a nice town. So what's in this town?
University. A lot of pubs will be open till late. But anyway, it has Christmas market with lights in the middle of old center, and this beer from there is amazing in taste. I can show you the beer.
So one thing I found out today is the Land Rover Discovery 3 can be taken on the ferry as a standard car. They trick you with the size of the pictures, but if you look at the measurements from the owner's manual, the Land Rover Discovery 3 is just within the limits of standard car sizes, as long as you have air suspension. If you don't have air suspension, your height is just slightly too big. Overall height, you are 3 centimeters too high if you have coil spring suspension. But
and 20 pounds less in the pocket.
yeah, 20 pounds less in the pocket, which is a lot of bottles of Zvika.
The funny thing is now I can't find the beer.
So Daria has seen the name of a town, thought it was a beer.
I'm sure. But I'm overworked and overstressed, and my brain is not operating very well. It is known. Well, very close. Zvika. Not Zwickau. Zvika. It's like 1 letter difference. Doesn't matter. 1 letter.
And I only have one job left to do before I can pack the car. How did it get so dirty? Nobody just sits in the back. Now, anyone that's ever cleaned a car before knows of this secret tip to increase their earnings, and that is the treasure trove that's hidden underneath the driver's seat. There's enough loose change down here to feed a man for a week. The Land Rover Discovery 3 is a car that offers me everything I could ever dream of. It's a comfortable 7-seater, but it also converts into a van. It'll easily do 110 miles an hour. And it's an off-road machine that can go practically anywhere. And a quick wipe down with auto wax, and everybody at work thinks you're the boss. But a word of warning. As soon as you've finished washing one of these, it will start raining. And now we've achieved executive car bliss. The only thing left to do is load it up for our journey. So, this one is Daria's suitcase, and this one is also Daria's suitcase, and this one is Daria's suitcase. Luckily there's a little bit of room left for mine, and some beers. And then presents for Daria's relatives when we arrive, and some oil and some screen wash, because as we drive across Germany, I have never seen a shop on a motorway service station. Box of shoes for dancing, pair of shoes for walking, secret present for Daria, and our party clothes. Now, I like to go away places and have a car that looks empty. and one of the reasons is for security, but also for comfort and the pleasure of driving it. But then Daria came up with an idea.
I kid you not, she wants to take these all the way across Europe. 2 of them. I can believe it.
Demoted from company director to furniture delivery man in an instant.
Nice.
It's midnight and we're getting up in 4 hours to set off on our adventure across Europe. And instead of coming to bed, Daria is up putting Christmas decorations up and faffing. But she can sleep in the car and I can't, so I'm going to bed. She can put decorations up without me. It's time to wake up. I don't want to get up. Okay, new air freshener, especially for the journey. Obligatory sex wax air freshener. Coconut, the best. Here's my sat-nav list. Christmas tour. Sat-nav codes, so we don't have to keep delving around in the bag. We can just punch them in.
This is our Land Rover sat-nav. And this is secret sat-nav.
We used this TomTom because the Land Rover sat-nav is so good we don't want to use it at this stage because, it'll take the fun out of it. Okay, let's go. So we set off into the misery of the night. And I'm always astonished at how much traffic is leaving Wales at 4 o'clock in the morning. But then again, there's a reason for that, isn't there? Come back next time when we leave these famous cliffs behind, we visit this famous city,
A bit disappointing.
and we eat this famous dish.